Why can't we own our own stories? Why do we seek to blame others when things fall apart? Let's be brutally honest, shall we? We all tend to do this on some level. We make mistakes, we do something wrong, and then we find ourselves doing that thing we hate. We pull on our past experiences to explain away why we find ourselves in pain from our current choices. So let's have a serious moment together. Let's talk, and I mean really talk. Why do we excuse ourselves from our own responsibility, from our own choices? We point the finger at anyone and everything we can instead of pointing it right back in our own face. And whether you want to admit it or not, you're here because, on some level, you suspect it's true. You suspect that deep down, the discomfort you feel isn't purely circumstantial. It's a direct reflection of the choices you have made. And that, my friend, is a hard pill to swallow. It's far easier to point fingers, to weave elaborate narratives of victimhood, to blame everyone and everything but the one person truly responsible, yourself. But why are we so resistant to accepting this fundamental truth? Why this relentless pursuit of external scapegoats for internal failings? Psychologically, the deflection is understandable, if not entirely excusable. We are wired for self-preservation, and that often includes protecting our ego from the harsh realities of responsibility. Blaming others allows us to maintain a positive self-image to avoid the painful confrontation with our own shortcomings. It's a defense mechanism, a shield against the perceived threat of inadequacy. Cognitive dissonance, the mental discomfort experienced when holding conflicting beliefs, also plays a significant role. Admitting we're responsible for our misfortunes forces us to reevaluate our belief in our own competence and goodness. It is easier to shift the blame than it is to face the truth about the choices that got us here. Furthermore, we are incredibly adept at constructing narratives that justify our actions. We build elaborate stories of blame, often weaving in threads of childhood trauma, dysfunctional family dynamics, and even the supposed sins of our ancestors. My father was an alcoholic, so I'm genetically predisposed. My mother was emotionally unavailable, which is why I struggle with intimacy. Generational trauma left me with no other option than to cheat on my spouse. Sound familiar? While acknowledging the impact of past experiences is crucial for understanding ourselves, it is equally critical to recognize when those experiences become our crutches, our excuses for perpetuating harmful behaviors. Yes, your upbringing may have presented challenges. Yes, your parents may have made mistakes. But you are not condemned to repeat their patterns. You are not a puppet dancing on the strings of your past. You are your own person and have free will, which means you are capable of conscious thought, reasoned action, and personal growth. Blaming your parents for your drinking, your infidelity, your abuse towards others is a relinquishment of responsibility, a cowardly denial of your own agency. No one forced that drink down your throat. No one held your hand while you typed that message. No one controlled your fist. You did. The uncomfortable truth is that you are in control. There isn't a shadowy figure orchestrating your downfall, a malevolent force compelling you to make destructive choices. It's you staring back from the mirror, making those decisions. And with every decision, you reinforce a pathway. You choose a pattern of behavior. Life undoubtedly throws punches. We all get knocked down. Sometimes the blows are so devastating that simply standing seems an impossible feat. You may sit there, bruised and bleeding, wondering how you will ever find the strength to rise. And in that moment, lying on the ground, feeling the weight of your failures, you face a pivotal choice. Stay down or get back up. It won't be easy. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Getting back up requires courage, resilience, and a willingness to confront the demons that dragged you down in the first place. It demands an honest assessment of your own role in your misfortunes. But the choice, ultimately, is yours. Do you succumb to the allure of victimhood, wallowing in self-pity and blaming the world for your woes? Or do you embrace your self-sufficiency, acknowledge your mistakes, and rise, battered but unyielding in your pursuit to build a better future? The answer lies within you. It lies in the acceptance of your own power, the recognition that you are the author of your own story. Stop pointing fingers. Stop making excuses. Look in the mirror and accept that the person staring back is responsible for the life you are living. And then choose to make it a life worth living. A life defined not by blame, but by strength. Not by defeat, but by triumph. Remember the words of Marcus Aurelius, never let the future disturb you. You will meet it, if you have to, with the same weapons of reason which today arm you against the present. And more importantly, don't give up on yourself.